Tasmai Shri Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Madhusudnaya Bapujiti Namine Namaste Madhusudnaya Bhakti Bhat Priyayate Durlabh Krishna Bhakti Ati Saralkarine. So Hare Krishna. Today we are reading 3.39, and over here what Krishna is saying that thus the wise living entities, pure consciousness, becomes covered by his eternal enemy in the form of lust, which is never satisfied and which burns like fire. And then in text 40, Krishna is continuing that the senses, the mind, and the intelligence are the sitting places of this lust. Through them, lust covers the real knowledge of the living entity and bewilders him. So Arjuna asked the question that why do people, living beings, commit these sins, these sinful activities? It is almost like they're doing it against their nature. And over here, it is said Krishna has been responding in these previous shlokas. So in 3.39, Krishna says that the living entity is pure consciousness. So all that love that we have for Krishna is converted into lust. It is converted into lust, that pure love. As soon as we come in contact with this material energy, that becomes covered with lust. And the lust is never satisfied. It is not by any amount of sense enjoyment. It is just like when you have a fire, you're trying to extinguish it, but instead of putting water, you are actually putting more fuel in it. So the lust is never going to be satisfied. You may think, oh, it has become calm and you have overcome it. It may be for a few moments that it has become calm. It is very hard to overcome the lust. And then also, then where are the sitting places of the lust? Where does lust reside? And over here, if you see, it resides in the senses, in our eyes, in our nose when we smell something, in our tongue, in our fingers when we touch something, or in our skin. Right? So in all of these places, in the senses, in the mind, and the intelligence. So our mind, sometimes we know that something is wrong and we should not be doing it. But our mind says, no, no, let me enjoy, let me do this, just do it. One time and then from tomorrow, don't do it. But again, tomorrow, we still do that same thing. So the mind, the intelligence, and the senses, those are the sitting places of lust. And we use these three to make all the decisions. All of the decisions, even if we want, even if the eye sees something that, okay, I have to go in that direction, right? Then it tells the mind and the intelligence moves. It makes your body move. It's happening subconsciously. When we see something nice, right? Sometimes we see a Rolex watch, sometimes we see like Chanel bags, like Gucci bags. What happens with that? The eyes see it and they say, wow, it's so beautiful. The mind says, but it's very expensive. We should not be looking at it. We cannot afford this. We will have to split up the payments. And then the intelligence says, no, 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 right? I will work extra hard. You can work extra hard. And it convinces the mind that, yes, you should buy this. So if all of the senses, the mind, and the intelligence are all covered with lust, greed, anger, right? Then how can we uncover the real knowledge below it? This will continue to just bewilder us, like Krishna is saying over here. It will continue to take us in the wrong direction, make us getting lost. Right? So it is very important to understand that until and unless, right, we do not start using our senses, our mind, our intelligence in the service of Krishna, or for remembering Krishna, for chanting his name, for serving him, for listening to his glories through his satsang, then this purification process will not start. Just like when there's a fire and there's smoke, if you keep adding fuel into it, it will never extinguish. The fire will never stop. If you want the fire to stop, you have to stop putting the fuel and start adding water. So similarly, if our senses, right, our mind, our intelligence are today all covered with lust, just like how a mirror is covered with dust. If you don't touch a mirror for 20, 30, 40 years, it'll be covered with dust. Our senses, our mind, our intelligence has not been touched. It has been covered with dust for millions and billions of years. And that layer, we need to start cleaning that layer of dust. And how do we start cleaning that cleaning process, that cleansing process? It is first by approaching a bona fide spiritual master. The word bona fide is very important because bona fide means through Guru Parampara. Means they have a spiritual master, their spiritual master has a spiritual master, and so on, and that lineage continues all the way up to Krishna. Right? And then what to do? Then serve the spiritual master. And then submissively we inquire from the spiritual master about the supreme truth that, hey, spiritual master, what is the reason we have taken this birth in this material world? What is our goal of this life? Where do we go after this life? What will happen when we die, when we leave this body? We inquire from them submissively, and they explain this whole science to us. Remember, all of this is a science. It is not just blind faith. It is all science. Once someone asked Srila Prabhupada, uh, a reporter in one of the international countries, that you are today chanting, you're spending, your day chanting 16 rounds, you're spending a lot of time in that, you're spending time serving Krishna, you're spending time with satsang and speaking the glories of Lord Krishna, and you are eating the Mahaprasadam, you're not eating onion garlic, you're restricting yourself from so many material enjoyment, you're not drinking alcohol, you're not eating non-vegetarian food. What happens if at the end of all of this, you you leave this body and you discover that there is no Krishna, that there is no God at all, and you were sent here to just enjoy, and you wasted your entire life? The Prabhupada said, okay, if I die, if I leave the body, if I die and if I leave the body and then there's no Krishna, but tell me, what did I lose? Right? I did not kill any animals. I am always in this higher state of pleasure. I ate the Mahaprasadam. I ate sattvic food, right? Sattvic prasadam always I had. I kept my body nice. So what have I lost? Even if there is no Krishna at the end of this, you tell me what I have lost. But if you are performing all of these material sins to please your senses, you're drinking alcohol, you're eating non-vegetarian food, you are doing drugs, you're associating with the wrong people, right? Where your mind, your intelligence, your conscience is not growing. And if you are doing all of this, and if you die, and in the end, after dying, you do learn that there is Krishna and there is God, and now you have to take birth again in this 8.4 million births, then you tell me, what will you do? Who is better in this situation? And that reporter was stunned. Because what can he say? If he enjoyed this life and he discovers that there's no Krishna, okay, there was just a little bit difference in that material enjoyment. But if at the end, Krishna is there when we leave this body, then he will have to start that cycle again. And who knows whether in his left next lifetime, when he becomes a human, whether he will learn about Krishna or not. So the senses, the mind, and the intelligence are the sitting places of this lust. And we need to work every single day on purifying them. It is working on them every single day. It is not like you just work one day, you're chanting 16 rounds and you're not eating any non-vegetarian food or not drinking alcohol, and you do this for 1 month or 2 months or 3 months and you say, now I've become a sadhu, now I've become a saint. No, this needs to continue till the last breath. It is very easy to come into bhakti, into devotion of Lord Krishna, but it is very hard to stay dedicated in bhakti, in devotional service of Krishna till the last breath. That is the real test. Right now, we are new to this, so it is very exciting for us, and we think I will do this for the rest of my life. But when something goes not how we want it to go, or something we think that this is not doing good, we start thinking, oh, even after I'm chanting, this happens to me. Even after I'm serving Krishna, this happens to me. What is the use of all of this? There will be so many attacks of Maya, right? And our Guru Maharaj says that the last attack of Maya to test you is you will start doubting your spiritual master. Maya will make you doubt your spiritual master. Then you will think, oh, everyone is saying things incorrectly. Who are they to say, tell me all of this and everything? That's why it is very important to stay dedicated in this till the very last breath by holding the lotus feet of our spiritual master very tightly, right? And developing that love, because once you have that love for your spiritual master, for Krishna, then no matter what anyone says, right, you will find it very hard to go against them. A lot of times when people go through some tough times, right, they look for outside sources for strength during that tough times. That how can we heal from this? That we've just went through a very bad incident in our life. You can name anything, right? That we went through a very bad into something personally, something happened to my family member. Anything can happen. And at that time, then we look to our friends, to our family to support us during that strength, during that time for strength. But the real strength, right, comes from Krishna. So during the tough times, rather than looking towards our family, towards our friends, or other people, other living beings, look to that Supreme Lord Krishna during those tough times. And He will give you that strength internally. When you surrender to Him, when you love Him, you develop that relationship with Him. Right? Remember, tum saath ho jo mere, kis baat ki kami hai? If Krishna is with us, then what else do we need? Krishna was with Arjuna, and Arjuna won this war, the Mahabharata. Krishna did not let a single arrow touch Arjuna. Why? Because Krishna was with him. So we need to develop that relationship with that Supreme Lord and pray for Krishna to be with us in every single moment. Because we don't want anyone else, we don't want anything else. Krishna, I will study and earn a degree. I will work and make money. I don't care about all of those things. All I care is that you are by my side at every single moment, Krishna. Right? That's all we need. So, in the senses, the mind, and the intelligence, when we start chanting, when we start listening, remember, Chanting is the Yuga Dharma. It is the duty of everyone in this Kali Yuga to chant. And out of the 9 processes of devotional service, the first process is listening. So we should always chant, always listen to Hari Katha, to the glories of the Lord, right? And always serve the devotees of the Lord. If we are doing all these three, right, all of our senses, our mind, our intelligence, the cleaning process begins. And then the lust which is covering it starts to reduce day by day by day by day. And it is a long process. It will not happen overnight or in 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, 9 months. There are devotees who have been chanting Krishna's name for 40, 50 years. And every time, even if you meet them today, they are just as excited about Krishna, about devotional service, about chanting, just as they were when they first came into devotional life. So it is said that just being excited about the devotion service, about bhakti, is a very good quality to have, because that always helps our bhakti, our devotional service grow. So then when the covering of lust starts coming down, then we stop getting bewildered and we start understanding that what is the goal of this valuable human life. Right? And then in the next slok in 3.41, we will see what Krishna is saying. Right? And how just by engaging our senses, our mind, our intelligence in serving Krishna, if we're a student, if we're studying, our studying is our chanting. Because we're studying so that we can graduate with a degree, with honors, or with a high classification. We can get a good job in the world or start a good business, become materially successful. And when we are materially successful and at the same time, we're wearing the Tulsi Mala, we're chanting the holy names of the Lord, we're wearing tilak, right? And people will see us and get inspired. Papaji says that preaching is not just from the Vyasasan when he is preaching to everyone, but everyone is a walking, talking preacher, living preacher. If you are doing well in your work or in your business, and at the same time you're wearing Kantimala, you're chanting, you're not associating with the wrong people, even people see that and get inspired. And that inspiration that they receive because of you, that is your preaching, your contribution towards the preaching about Krishna, about bhakti. But it will all start when we have the Seva, Satsang, and Simran. Without Simran, Satsang, and Seva, our cleaning process cannot start. So let us focus on that. Then we will continue tomorrow. Before we end, we'll chant Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. श्री श्री राधा वृंदावन चंद्र बिहारी लाल की जय निताई गौर हरि बोल जय जय श्री राधे जय जय श्री राधे जय जय श्री राधे हरे कृष्ण